Sojourner Truth was one of the first African American women to speak out publicly against slavery in the United States. Her deep, rich voice and quick wit helped make her speaking tours through New England and the Midwest very popular. Born Isabella Baumfree, she was freed from slavery in 1828. At age 46, she took the name of Sojourner Truth and began to preach, inspired by her faith. She believed that people could best show their love of God by loving and helping others. For the next 30 years, she spoke out against slavery and in support of feminist causes. Truth's power as a speaker issued from her nearly 6-foot-tall, gaunt but muscular frame. She was known to rise from her seat in the audience to refute comments with which she disagreed. The speech you are about to hear was given by Sojourner Truth at the Women's Rights Convention of Akron, Ohio in 1851. Prior to her speech, male speakers had argued in favor of superior rights and privileges for men on the grounds of superior intellect and the manhood of Christ. As the convention was heating up, the dignified Sojourner Truth rose slowly from her seat in the corner of the room. Amid shouts of "Don't let her speak" and hissing, she moved to the front and laid her bonnet down. A profound hush settled over the crowd as she began to speak. "Well, children, where there is so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and the women at the North, all talking about rights, the white men will be in a fix pretty soon. But what's all this here talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. Nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place. And ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could head me. And ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. And ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen them all sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Then they talk about this thing in the head. What's this they call it? Intellect. That's it, honey. What's that got to do with women's rights or Negroes' rights? If my cup won't hold but a pint and yours holds a quart, wouldn't you be mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Then that little man in black there, he says women can't have as much rights as men because Christ wasn't a woman. Where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and a woman. Man had nothing to do with him. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. And now they is asking to do it. The men better let them. Obliged to you for hearing me. And now old Sojourner ain't got nothing more to say.